an hour and 40. This is definitely our longest show ever.
It is. It's a good one, though.
Yeah.
We're going pretty good.
I'm going to, so we don't fucking just run this thing 3 hours. I want to ask one more question.
Okay.
And it has something to do with social media.
All right.
And because I have not been, I guess I'm a bad co-host because I should have been listening to it, but the countdown started at 30 days or 50?
The countdown.
For Coheed.
Oh, Coheed. Dude, I couldn't even tell. Oh, it started before 30 because I was looking forward to day 33 so I could post 33, which is like one of my favorite songs on Second Stage.
So, the new album, was it worth the countdown?
Wait? Dude. All right.
I'm just going to sit
For
back
anybody
and listen to this.
that doesn't know what we're talking about, Coheed and Cambria is a progressive rock band. They're my co-favorite band is the way I like to put it because
with Pearl Jam.
Coheed and Pearl Jam are like neck and neck. Pearl Jam is my favorite band of all time, and Coheed is also one of my favorite bands.
I would say they are probably my favorite band.
Pearl Jam?
No.
Coheed? Coheed's amazing, dude. There's no band like Coheed. Even the people that compare them to Rush, the way I say it, like if I'm telling somebody about Coheed and Cambria, and they're like, no, I don't know who they are. I was like, they're like Rush, but better.
Way better.
And most of them are like, I love Rush.
I hate Rush.
See, that's weird. People will love Rush but hate Coheed, and then people will love Coheed and hate Rush.
I don't compare them.
I like them both.
Yeah.
But I definitely compared them the first time I heard them.
Because the lead singer.
Yeah, it was the voice
Geddy
and the
Lee,
sci-fi feel, but and the progressive rock angle. But anyway, that's who Coheed and Cambria are. Their first 3 albums, to me, in my eyes, are their best, which are Second Stage Turbine Blade and Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3, and then Good Apollo 1, Volume 1, Good Apollo, I'm Burning Star, Volume 1, From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness.
I would have never remembered that full album title.
I love them. I love them. Not only that, but From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness is probably my favorite song on that album. It's just epic as fuck. It's like 8 minutes long and shit, and that's just so good. Anyway, those 3 albums, in my opinion, that is the shit. That is their best stuff ever.
We talked this off air. Your favorite, if you had a gun to your head, what would be your favorite?
It'd be so hard to choose. I like it. If it was 10 years ago, I would say Second Stage Turbine Blade.
Me as well.
You ask me now, it could be 2 different answers. It could be In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3 or Good Apollo 1. Like, both of those albums to me are amazing. But Second Stage, like, it's hard for me to distinguish.
Right.
Those 3 albums are my favorite albums.
I'm going to just go in the middle.
My favorite era.
Yeah, I'm just going to go in the middle and say, as much as I like all 3, I think the 3rd album, what is it, Good Apollo?
Yeah.
1 or whatever.
Good Apollo, I'm Burning Star 4. It's weird. They started with 2. So it's 2, and Second Stage Turbine Blade, and Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3. And then Good Apollo, I'm Burning Star 4.
Are we missing an album in there?
No, those are the first 3 albums.
Yeah, but like they started at 2.
Oh, and then Year of the Black Rainbow technically takes place in front of 2.
It's a prequel.
Yeah, because it's Coheed and Cambria, like back when they were still in the KBI, which is the Knowledge, the Beast, and the Inferno. That's the name of the 3 people. I could get way into it.
That's way more than I can get into it.
Like in Second Stage Turbine Blade, they use the name Jesse a lot. Like, Jesse, just come look at what your brother did. Here he did away with me. That meant that Jesse killed Dr. Hohenberger, which is the guy who created Coheed, Cambria, and Jesse, the Inferno. The Knowledge is Cambria. She can, like, read minds and shit. The Beast is Coheed. He's got, like, blades coming out of him. He's super strong and shit. Blades come out of his arms and shit. And then the Inferno is Jesse, and he's just a beast, like star general and shit, and like it's very. I
like the music. I don't know anything he's talking about, but it sounds awesome, and it should be a movie.
I forget why. Oh yeah, dude, Mark Wahlberg owns the rights to it.
Really?
His company bought it, and like every now and then he'll be like doing an interview, like AMA. Is that what they call them?
AMA.
Like ants.
Q&A?
Like a Q&A, yeah, but they, like Reddit AMAs is what they call them. But anyway, he'll do like a Q&A or something, and somebody asks him, like, when is there going to be an Amory Wars movie or something? They're like, oh, well, we're still figuring out, blah, blah. It's been like 10 years, dude. You're not doing anything with it. But they've been talking animated movie for a long time.
That's what I think it should be, honestly.
Start with one. Maybe if that does well and they flesh it out real well, people are like, sweet, let's see a good one. But what was the original question? What's my favorite album?
That was my second question. The first question was
this album compare with the rest of them?
No, it was the countdown, was the wait worth it? Was the juice worth the squeeze?
Yes. It the way I see it, it's their best album since Good Apollo 1. And after Good Apollo 1 there was what was it? It was No World for Tomorrow. Which
it had some decent stuff on it.
There was a good one, but that was kind of the start of going downhill. They lost their original drummer. They were going through a lot of shit because the drummer and the bass player were hooked on drugs and shit. I don't know if you know, but the bass player was kicked out of the band because he robbed a Walgreens for Oxycontin before a show.
I did not know
They went
that.
on the tour bus and was going through all the comic books. Like, I remember Claudio telling the story. He said he looked out the window and saw the cops on the bus. He's like, what are they doing? And then he said, oh, they're looking through the comics. That's awesome. And then he realized, like, no, they're looking for something on the bus. They were looking for Mike Todd, who was hiding on the bus after just robbing Walgreens at gunpoint.
So the Year of the Black Rainbow, that's the first one?
Yeah, No World for Tomorrow. No, that takes place.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. I understand the way the albums go in time. I'm saying
But
how they wrote.
Second Stage, In Keeping Secrets, Good Apollo 1, No World for Tomorrow, which is Good Apollo, I'm Burning Star 4, Volume 2, No World for Tomorrow. So that's the second half of Good Apollo 1.
Okay.
And then there's Year of the Black Rainbow. I think No World for Tomorrow is their second, maybe their third, to my third to least favorite album.
I did not like these ones.
Afterman? I liked both of them. I loved them, actually. That was their last good, like, I think the new album is better than both of those, but I think that was their best album since the original three, if this makes sense, until now.
Until the Unheavenly Creatures is what the new one's called. Is the new one,
yeah. But the Afterman was both good. And then they did The Color Before the Sun, which had nothing to do with the story. They were all just normal songs about, like, their lives and shit.
So when I went to see them, this album just came out. Yeah. And I did not listen to any of it, right? And so they played it, it just came out, so they played a few songs. Yeah. And me and Zach were like, literally, we were into it. The first three songs were like...
You just didn't know the song.
Yeah, and then like they started playing a song, and everybody was like, "Yeah!" And Zach turned around and was like, "I don't know this song." I'm like, "I don't fucking know it either."
Well, people were divided on that album. That's definitely not their best album, but I feel like that album beats Year of the Black Rainbow.
So Year of the Black Rainbow was your least favorite?
Probably.
They had, let me see what.
Which is weird because it's the end. No, that takes place.
I like that song.
Here we are, Juggernaut.
Yeah,
there's some good tracks on there. Those albums that I don't like so much,
like
half the album's good, and then there are other ones I still like. There's no album I hate.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
yeah, they're all good. This one had like 3 songs that I really could jam out to, and the rest of them were just kind of like, eh. But yeah, I'm gonna listen to this on the way home.
Go for it. Like, I don't want to hype it up too much, but there are some great fucking songs on it. The way I would describe it, if I'm gonna do a little album review here. They released 4 songs before the album came out, and 5, and those songs were really good. If anybody that listened to those songs can understand this comparison, the rest of the songs on the album, half of those songs are just as good, if not better, than those songs you've already heard.
Okay.
The rest of them are good.
So the whole album's good.
The only song that needs to grow on me a little bit, I believe, is the ending track. But it's kind of like a wake-up type song, like a nice acoustic, chill...
Lucky Stars is what it's called.
Lucky Stars, yeah. I mean, I like the lyrics and everything. Like, it just needs to grow on me more. But, dude, there's... Every song on that album, there's something I like about it. There's way more I like about it than others, but...
They just have, like, the coolest names for tracks, too.
They do. The only thing I'm disappointed about... is that on most albums they always have like a group of like 3 songs or 5 songs that have the same title at the beginning. Yeah, like the Willing Well 1, the Willing Well 2,
right here.
And then they have like little other names. Yeah, like
Apollo 2,
Willing Well 1, Faint or Fuel for the Feeding End. Yep. Willing Well 2, From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness. Willing Well, like on a lot of albums they had like a little like
end of the story
series of songs. Yeah, and then This one, they don't have that.
They did it with the camp. What is that word?
The Camper Valorium.
Valorium.
Which I discovered, and I actually brought it up to Jared Griffiths, Ohio WrestleCast. Check it out. Not you, Jared. You know about it. Other people. But they changed the name of those songs. I have the original CD release that, like, the day it came out. On the actual printed store-bought packaging, the Valorium Camper.
That's all it was called?
It's called the Valorium Camper and then the name. Now it's the Camper Valorium.
Oh, okay.
Which the Camper Valorium or the Valorium Camper is a spaceship.
I wonder if that was a misprint.
I don't think it is because it's printed on the vinyl.
Oh, okay.
The vinyl that came out like a couple years ago, the reissue of it. So I even posted a picture and showed it to somebody. I was like, look, they switched the names around.
Huh.
But I like Valorium Camper better than the Camper Valorium.
Yeah.
But that has more of like a Shakespearean type feel to it, I guess. It sounds more Claudio-esque.
Well,
but yes, that album, to answer your question, which now eludes me again with the original question.
Was it worth the wait?
Definitely worth the wait.
Okay.
More worth the wait than, I would say, their last 3 albums.
Which were good, but not great.
Yes.
The first 3 albums, great.
First
Classics,
3 albums are, yes.
Probably some of the best music ever produced.
And I'm sure, because I've heard about it too, because I said I'm in this Coheed fan group on Facebook, a lot of people are disappointed with this album. I don't understand why. I think it's better than we could have hoped for.
Right.
Like, and not only that, but they gotta understand, dude. No band is the same forever.
I get
no
so
person is
irritated
the same forever.
No, I get so irritated when people get, they're not as good as they used to be. Well,
no band is.
Sometimes they can't be because you just run out of shit that fucking.
Not only that, but people are saying like, man, why can't they just write another good Apollo 1? And I'm sitting there thinking like, motherfucker, you have no idea. That album essentially, like, yeah, it has a story, but there's a reason that the story of that album revolves outside their actual story. That album is about the writer of the story. And if you read the graphic novel that came along with it, it goes into a little more. That album is basically about Claudio, who he's married to now, was that his girlfriend at the time, is about her cheating on him and then breaking up. That whole album. Like you can hear certain lines in there where you can tell, like, ooh, Claudio was hurting. Because it'll be like, so cry on, bitch,
Apollo.
why aren't you laughing now? Like, all kinds of things.
The final cut when he talks about shoving somebody's face in the door.
Yep, yeah. Dude. So when they're like, why can't they write another one? Because he's fucking happy now.
Right.
Like, be happy that Claudio's happy.
Right.
Like, you're never, those days are over.
Right. You don't have to struggle anymore.
Yeah, it's like, those first 3 albums, like, any band's first album, you gotta remember, that album's always gonna be great, or at least sometimes their best, because that is like a whole lifetime of writing.
Right.
There's a whole lifetime of emotions and everything there.
They probably wrote it in a tour van, not on a tour bus or at their house, their 10-bedroom house, or.
Yep.
They wrote it when they were fucking hungry.
They probably rewrote it 5 or 6 times over the years and made it even better.
I compare it to fighting. You see a lot of these guys that get the championship or they get real high up there and then they fall apart because there's something to it. Is they always say stay hungry, stay hungry. Some of these people, what that means is they really are hungry.
Yeah.
They haven't ate today.
Exactly.
Because they don't have money. They're training. They're hungry to win. They're hungry to fight.
They're passionate because they have to be.
When you don't have to be anymore, it's hard to get motivated. It's hard to sit down and write on a piece of paper. It's hard to fucking man, like McGregor. I gave him all the respect in the world coming out for this fight. Yeah, he was probably making $50 million again. Yeah. But he just made $100 million. He goes, I don't have to be here.
No,
I don't. And I don't. So
Conor could have retired after the Mayweather fight. And been set for life. Still had his legacy. Never had to work another day of his life. Could promote fights. Could do his little his whiskey thing. Which I want to try some of that. I bet it's good.
They say it's comparable to Jameson.
Is it? I like Jameson.
Yeah, I do too.
I actually prefer Jameson over Jack.
I do as well. I like Jameson mixed with things. I don't like doing straight shots of Jameson.
Oh yeah, I don't like doing really straight shots of anything. I'd mix it before I do anything, unless like I'm playing a drinking game. You know.
Then you have to.